Hey guys, Tony here, back with another review. Today I will be bringing you one of my personal favorites that I usually always come back to every now and again to watch. It brings a different atmosphere and vibe to Family Guy that I typically never see in other episodes. I am speaking to you about none other than the episode Season 9's opener, And Then There Were Fewer. Let's take a look back to see if this episode still holds up today, and if you like the content like this, please make sure to like and subscribe for more. Now let's get on to it. We are first introduced to the family when they receive a letter in the mail. They open it and read it to find out that it is a party invitation at a manor in their honor. The family set out for their journey and a montage begins, showing this beautiful scenery from all kinds of landscapes. I really love it when Family Guy has its cinematic moments like these. It really shows just how great the Family Guy animators really are. They finally arrive and are greeted with an amazing shot of the mansion from a bird's eye view. If there's one thing Seth and his animators are good at, is setting up the scenery. Just look at the surrounding water. When the Griffins arrive, they notice that a lot of their friends are also invited as the guests of honor. Everybody else then begins to arrive one by one. It's hilarious how Adam West just parachutes from the sky like it's nobody's business, then Herbert shows up in an ice cream truck, that creeper, and finally Seamus rows there all the way from the ocean. As they enter the manor, they are surprised at how large the building is. They are then greeted by the housemaid who, of course, is Consuela, and that she doesn't understand greetings very well, as shown on this clip.
She doesn't know what Mr. means.
Mr. Mort, Mr. Muriel, Mayor West, Mr.
Oh my god, seriously.
Man, she's so awkwardly funny, I love her cluelessness. She then guides the guests to their rooms to prepare for dinner. As night comes, all the guests finally meet in the dining area, and this is where the plot finally begins to pick up. Everybody is chattering and having a great time, while Brian continues to be skeptical the entire time he is there. It is then revealed that the one who invited everyone and orchestrated everything was none other than celebrity James Woods. We then get a story about him being closer to God and wanting to make amends, in which Tom and Diane are immediately skeptical for reasons that will make sense later on. Lois responds by giving him the benefit of the doubt, and the plot thickens with this next scene.
You know, it's like when I did Glenn Star chart. Did the cork hit me?
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
Yes, Quagmire's stunning date is now dead. Not that Quagmire would care, it seems. Everyone then panics and runs to the front door. As they begin to drive away, a lightning bolt suddenly snaps a giant tree, which somehow ends up destroying the stone bridge, causing Peter to hit the brakes. As they find there is no way off the island, they go back into the mansion only to find James Woods returning to the scene of the crime. Everybody immediately disregards his pleas of innocence and tries to capture him when the lights suddenly go black. When they return, we see that James Woods has been murdered, so he couldn't have possibly been the murderer. This episode has suddenly taken a different turn. It is not your typical murder mystery, but that doesn't make the plot any less enjoyable. They find a gun, decide to spread out and look for clues, and then Peter does some dumb shit and knocks Joe out. Peter then leads the expedition into a secret room of James Woods, which they find his journal where he wrote everyone he has wronged. They soon find out that Muriel has been smuggling drugs for him and she is now the prime suspect. The lights go off again, Muriel disappears, and everyone starts running like animals, finally deciding to pair up in pairs of two to search for her. Brian and Stewie then find Muriel has been killed. And poor Mort, he was devastated. Just look at all that sorrow he was expressing.
Oh my god, Muriel, my sweet Muriel. She was so young. She was so beautiful. She was so generous. We were married.
What a strong bond these two must have shared. Derek then runs to the top balcony to try to get a signal on his phone. He is then confronted by the killer and is hit in the head with a blunt object, knocking him off the balcony and killing him. Consuela notices that the Golden Globe Award is missing, which is identified as the murder weapon, so they all huddle up in a circle to search everybody's rooms without having anybody leave. They arrive at Tom Tucker's room and search for clues. They find blood coming from the vent and search it to find Priscilla dead with her throat cut. After a funny but long chase scene, they finally catch him and it's over. But wait! The final scene concludes with Louis speaking to Diane about the whole ordeal, when things suddenly begin to change once Diane is caught pre-planning her anchoring role. We then get this creepy stare down and Diane finally begins to show her true colors. She finally ends up taking out a gun on Louis, proving that she was indeed the killer all along. She kidnaps Louis and takes her to the back of the island where she prepares to kill her when suddenly she is shot through the chest by an unknown assailant. The 1 hour special concludes with a bird's eye pan of the mansion, with a total of 6 deaths, 3 being part of the main supporting cast. Although this episode wasn't perfect, when it first premiered it received a lot of praise from both fans and critics for its beautiful scenery and music, and was even nominated for several awards. This one is definitely a winner in my book, and I'll usually come back to it since it's worth the revisit. Thanks for watching.